Good morning. It is March 22nd, 2018. Today I want to talk about Antifa and Ms13 and what this really means. So let's go back to the Bible. If you know that everything that I do, I refer to the Bible. The Bible clearly states that they will be betrayers. And these betrayers will be paid by men who see themselves as gods, kings, like George Soros and Hillary Clinton and the banksters. They see themselves as gods. And they have plenty of money that they stole from you. Remember, their money is your money. They stole it from you. God gave this land to you equally. That means each one of you are very, very wealthy. There will be some that will disrespect their wealth and steal it from others, just like the story of Jacob and Esau. Jacob says, "Sell me your birthright." And that's what's wrong with this world. The rich people have convinced you through wars to sell you their birthright, your birthright. And that's not, you can't do that. So that's your birth certificate, which is a trust fund, and your driver's license, which says you're an employee of their corporation, which is the corporation of the United States, or wherever you live. And this is why they get away with the statues or their codes of their corporation. It's got nothing to do with God's law. They're saying that you work for their corporation because you are licensed and you have a birth certificate. In other words, your parents sold you into their banking slavery. So let's go back to Antifa, okay? Whenever a slave, for example, Jesus Christ, he had many betrayers. Judith Iscariot was one that was given money by the king, the high priests, which are the ones who see themselves as gods, to betray Jesus. Moses had a guy named Aaron that was getting paid by Ramses to kill or to dismain or to discredit or character assassinate Moses, right? Always a list of betrayers. King David, when you read the story of David, okay, and Saul, right? He was battling. There was always betrayers, right? And of course, he was facing a giant, right? Giant in gematria is Amazon, by the way. Amazon is a globalist corporation. So is Walmart. It's just a bunch of globalists getting together. People that stole your money, and they have made it to where eventually you will be graded, just like China does. You will have a political grade, just like your credit report. Me, I will probably have a 0 score. The lower your score, the more favored by God, the Creator, you will be, just like your credit report. The lower your score. Now, we know that these scores have been altered because of Hillary Clinton and the LIBOR scandal. Credit scores, police records have been altered because Hillary Clinton pays the FBI to investigate crimes that don't exist, like Russia involvement. Okay, we know that George Soros has given money through Hollywood and all these organizations to your local police. Matter of fact, in my town, Universal Studios, A&E, is funding a cops TV show type of thing, and this gives them a way to infiltrate your city with their demonic entities and their tetra and scalar mind control technology, just like the organization SIS that are involved in mind control, right? Putting out propaganda and using that propaganda through genetic manipulation with frequency technology to control people's minds and get them to vote one way or another. Both sides of these parties use this tactic. They have to. I'm sure Donald Trump used it, and I'm sure Hillary Clinton used it. Because you have to fight fire with fire, right? If I was going to run for election and I knew she was running one of these mind control programs and I knew that I was going to save the world, then I would do the same thing. But I would stop immediately. Here's the problem is, 4 years later, you have to be reelected. There's only so much work you can do when a presidency has destroyed, like, let's take Reagan with his Star Wars technology, which is being used at scalar. That's the same as mind control, okay? That's the same directed energy weapons that blew up 9/11 and set fires in California. This is why they don't want you to see my program, guys, because I'm wiser than the average Billy Bob, Joe, and all these gatekeepers online. I listen to them say exactly what I say to the letter, but never give me credit for it. I'll tell you that. I've never heard any of these gatekeepers give me credit. I am a person who can create an original thought. The real truthers out there, I notice that they're the same way. They can create their own thought. They can see a situation and see what's wrong. Now, let's go to this Florida shooting. Okay, this was an Antifa piece of shit that now the world's got to pay for that piece of shit. Okay, they're going to try to make laws to take our guns so because of an Antifa or a Ms13 gang member. The guy's name was Cruz. He was Hispanic. When you get to Ms13, you're talking about people from Guatemala, Honduras. These are Salvadorian immigrants, guys. These are Hispanic people that are being paid and manipulated. Also, these people they're using, listen to me, frequency technology to make these people hate white people. This is being used. So although I see these people like Cruz and all this stuff, voice to skull technology, right? So I have voice to skull technology. It's one of the lawsuits that I'm involved in. But they're making me try to hate Antifa. But see, I'm smarter than that. I don't like Antifa. I don't like MS-13. But I am just like Jesus Christ. Okay? Well, let's don't say that because they'll take their words and they'll manipulate it. Jesus had one thing that no one else had. He had the ability to forgive them for they don't know what they're doing. I am the same way. All right? I have the same mentality as Jesus Christ. And if anybody wants to ridicule me for saying that, I don't give a crap. It doesn't matter. That's the goal, is to walk in his footsteps. I walk in Jesus' footsteps. I realize these MS-13 people and these Antifa agents are being targeted also. We have a world of